Okay, hopefully this video is okay because I tried recording it so many times and whatever. Okay. Um, there's something on the internet that I have seen and I feel like I'm in the Matrix or something. It's a pattern. It's a reoccurring pattern I keep seeing. Um, there's so many people online, mostly neurodivergent people, but I think some neurotypical the whole gifted thing, I don't have any statistics, but I think it's usually common in neurodivergent people, but you don't have to be. You could be neurotypical and high IQ, obviously, but I mostly see it in neurodivergent communities because that's where I hang out on the internet, and I don't relate to that. I don't relate to the high IQ, and I definitely don't relate to the gifted education thing. The gifted education programs that they had, I feel like I'm in the fucking Matrix because this is a reoccurring pattern I keep seeing where I either see people where it's like, I'm gifted, but I was never in any of those programs, or I was in those programs and I'm gifted, high IQ, whatever, and it's like usually like a stereotype for people with autism and ADHD. Now, I don't know what condition or whatever, neurodivergence, I don't know this whole IQ stereotype. I don't know what it's more common along with. I assume autism because like Rain Man and like all those and Sheldon Cooper and all those stereotypes. I assume, but I think that stereotype is starting to get more stronger in the ADHD community. I don't even look for it. I don't even look for it. I look for ADHD content and posts, but I don't even look up the gifted thing. I just hear people explain their stories of how they were in these gifted programs, and I feel like a fucking, I feel I feel like a chimpanzee or something that's like roaming the streets or something. I'm supposed to be in the wild or in the zoo, but I'm not. I'm not in either. I seem to be. I even had a dream. I even had a dream last night of me being in this class that I never seen before, and there was this teacher, and he looked at me and he says, basically, you're not supposed to be here. You know, I don't know if I've ever done that. I used to misbehave, and see, that's one of the reasons why I probably was never in the gifted classes because I would misbehave a lot, and I would get kicked out. So I don't know if I would do really weird stuff. I don't know if I've ever entered into a classroom I never should have. I don't know if I've ever done that. But I don't know. But before people blame me and say it's all my behavioral issues, I'd say most of the reason why I was never in gifted classes was more comprehension issues, like more learning issues. So it wasn't. I think behavioral was more 25% of the problem, and then like 75% of the problem was just I don't understand certain concepts. And I have an IQ of 74. What I'm trying to get at is there anybody on the internet that's neurodivergent or whatever, um, that was in special education? Because I had special education. I never had gifted education, and I can't find anyone on the internet that's like that. It's so weird. I gotta keep my voice down because my parents are sleeping. It's so weird. I can't find anybody on the internet that's yeah. Can't find anyone on the internet that was special ed, growing up. I can't find anyone on the internet like that. I can't find anyone on the internet that's moderate functioning. Like you're not low, obviously, because you're on the internet, and you're not high functioning. You're like moderate functioning, whether it's autism, pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified, level 2 autism, whatever you want to call it, or just something moderate functioning, schizophrenia, or something. I can't find those people, or people that have like a slight below average IQ, a little bit. It's like I'm bouncing a basketball or something. A slight below average IQ or completely low IQ. I can't find those people on the internet. I've only found a couple. But what I'm trying to this video isn't necessarily trying to find people with low IQs. This video is specifically, is there anyone that used to be in special education? Used to be, because I'm looking for I'm talking to the adults here. You know what I mean? Um, were you in special education? Because I don't relate to this gifted education. For me, I was in special education, And then even when I moved into the mainstream normal classes, I still needed modified work. Like my you know school work was still modified, the homework was still modified. So even when I transitioned into the normal classes, goodbye short bus. I gave up the short bus. Even when I gave that up, I still needed like help. I still needed modified work. There was a point like, okay, so middle school was like I was in special ed, and I transitioned into normal ed with modified work, and then that was middle school, and then high school was, I think it was either the same thing, special ed only, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just automatically in high school. Maybe it was just normal classes with extra modifiedness or whatever. I don't really remember high school. But all I know about high school was I definitely was in normal classes with modified work, but I still needed to head over to the special education office or something sometimes when I had problems with my work or behavioral issues. I've been diagnosed with so many different things. I was diagnosed with borderline intellectual functioning later on in life. The school didn't, I don't even know if they even caught it, or they were too focused on autism, Asperger's, and all that stuff, and ADHD. I had a lot of other stuff going on. I have like a whole plethora of things, like wrong with me. And I don't even know if some of it's accurate. Like, have gotten diagnosed with schizoaffective at one point, but I don't really hear voices. I see colors on the daily basis, at least once a week. I don't know if that's really primary psychosis. I don't know if that is. I don't know. Because usually primary psychosis is like more voices, and I don't really get that. I get more like I see blue in my vision, like a little blue glitch of the matrix, or I see shadow people. But I don't know if that's accurate. One doctor was like on the edge of suggesting I might have schizotypal personality disorder, but she never really confirmed it, and I tried getting a diagnosis of that, and it never really went anywhere. A lot of psychiatrists and psychologists didn't even know what that was, didn't have that much information to. They must know what that is, but they didn't think I had it for some reason. They didn't want to talk about it with me, actually. A lot of them kind of just turned the conversation. I'm getting off topic, but yeah, I'm trying to find my people, man. I don't know if this video is gonna find my people. It's just gonna probably find parents of people that have special education. People, whatever. It's just gonna be the parents of special education people or the teachers. But there's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody that with a learning disability on YouTube that's like my age, like 30 or whatever, or 25 or something. That you know what I mean? Because I don't relate to the whole gifted thing, man. I'm not good with subjects. I'm bad at math. I can't multiply correctly. I can't divide correctly. I can't even think of the last time I even used multiplication or division in my daily life. I can't even think of. I don't work or anything. I'm okay with science, but I'm not really that educated on science. I don't really kind of agree with science. Maybe that's just my schizoaffective. I don't really agree with a lot of scientific facts, like how they say that ghosts don't exist and it's just other explanations. I don't really agree with that. I have my own kind of weird beliefs and stuff. I'm not good with history at all. I have a friend that's like a walking library of history. I'm just not good at the only thing I'm educated on is this is gonna like sexual education. I guess I'm really educated when it comes to sexuality, kind of maybe not like the ins and outs of how it works, but sexuality is like gay and straight. Like I study more like sexual orientation. I guess you could say I study more of that, like gay and straight and bisexual and omnisexual. I study a little bit of the gender identity stuff, but not really. I study philosophy. I study a little bit about religion, a little bit, even though I'm not really religious. I'm kind of like spiritual something. But yeah, I study different things. I study music genres, not music theory, not music itself, but I study music genres and bands and stuff like that. I don't know what else I'm educated in, but Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm not really smart with a lot of stuff, you know. So yeah, let me know. So yeah, I have an IQ of 74. I can't live on my own. I can't walk. Let me know if you ever rode the short bus or experienced what I experienced, because I don't really told the whole gifted ed. I couldn't even get into normal ed. What is even gifted ed? Like you're so good at stuff that like you're like a Sheldon Cooper. Like I'm not trying to create any stereotypes, but it's just I don't. I wish that were my life, man. Again, some part of it could be just because like I was kicked out of school at one point because of my behavioral issues. But even if that never happened, even if I didn't have behavioral issues, I would still have comprehension issues. I wish I were to get like reincarnated. Like I know this is getting a little bit off topic. I want to get reincarnated with a high IQ. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I do. Like I want to experience going to college or university or whatever. You know, in the next life, whether I'm a man or a woman or something else. Like I do. I'm saying if that were real, I do. I wanna be. And if I can't be gifted in the next life, I want to be like normal, like IQ. I know normal is not the right word. People don't like that word, but I don't know, man. I don't know what my life was supposed to be. I can't really find my people, and I'm trying to find my people. You know what I mean?